The views and opinions expressed on Dojo Drifter Live are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of Wusa Studios, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The shows produced by Wusa Studios can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and might include strong themes, images, sex, or language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. The views and opinions expressed.
Yay!
2014.
We are live here at Wusa Studios in Pasig City, Philippines.
Yeah, what's up, guys? This is Dojo Drifter Live, the first
Only.
MMA podcast here in Asia. What's up? This is Gab.
I'm Oji.
I'm Spanky.
Yeah, we're here to give you the latest mixed martial arts headlines and news from around the world and from right here in the Philippines.
And again, this is Dojo Drifter Live. Guys, the lines are open. Call us up at 631-2264 Dojo_Drifter.
Twitter.
And you can Skype us at Wusa Studios. We also have a Facebook account. You can check us out there. And the website dojodrifter.com for everything new in MMA today. Guys, so what's up?
2014.
Yes.
Oh, good, man.
It's
Nahirapan
2014.
pa rin ako magsulat eh.
Last...
Ikaw kasi you're studying.
Yeah.
There's no opportunity to write
Yeah,
the
exactly.
dictionary.
Like,
So,
not that much.
Yeah. Yun
So,
lang.
last week we had Richard Dasperia on the show.
Yeah, man, great show.
By the way, guys, if you're wondering, yes, we are live. If you're watching on a Thursday, 12 noon, we are live. Unfortunately, we weren't able to put on a show last Tuesday due to some...
We'll work it out, the schedules.
We're working things out with the schedules and everything, but I hope you enjoyed the shows of Slam, Plump and I. They go on
BNO.
on schedule as usual. We're changing schedules, guys. It's going to be Tuesdays at 12 noon.
Tuesday.
Remember,
The
for those
replay is also
following,
different.
We'll get back. 7 p.m. at night.
Replays.
Our first episode every week will be at Tuesday, 12 noon. It's going to be easier to catch us. No work, no excuses.
Yeah.
So,
Just tune in during lunch,
Tune
man.
in. www.wusastudios.com every Tuesday at 12 noon.
Use your
Got it.
LTE.
And that's our new 2014 thing for Dojo Drifter Live. So, to start off the show, we have the question of the day. Tweet us your answers. I've been wondering. I mean, guys, it's the new year.
Yeah.
So, what New Year's resolution would you like your favorite fighter to have? I'll start off. Favorite fighter, Anderson Silva. Drink some milk, man. That's the New Year's resolution for Anderson Silva.
But I think he's drinking the wrong kind of milk.
But did you see?
You
there
know
was
who
a-
you are.
there was
You
a-
know who you are.
Wait,
You know who you are.
inside joke. But did you see? There was a meme on Facebook that as Anderson broke his leg off the shin of Weidman, on Weidman's shorts, there was muscle milk.
Yeah.
That
Ah,
was
yeah,
sponsored.
yeah.
And, there was, and people were saying, kaya pala, ang lakas ng bones.
I
eh."
saw
There you
I saw
go.
this meme of Chris Weidman, then on his shins were 32 tens.
Ha,
So
ha,
parang
they're
ganun katigas
unbreakable.
yung they're
Yeah,
unbreakable.
man.
So, favorite
Yeah.
fighter and their New Year's resolution you'd like
I
them
don't
to
know.
have.
This is my favorite
Is
fighter.
this the big thing?
Or just your usual fighter, any fighter.
What, man? Let's go with Jones, man. Fight
Whoa!
Fight
That's all I could
Gustafsson.
say. Because, I mean,
He's
there
doing
was-
the
busy.
rematch,
He's
right?
busy.
I mean, and then he's been pushing back the fight with Teixeira and all that stuff. I mean, it's hard to question a guy who's so successful.
Okay,
Exactly.
I got one.
But for me, just do it. Like Nike,
Yeah.
his
Just do
sponsor.
it.
Yeah.
Just do it,
His
man. Just
sponsor,
fight
yeah.
Gustafsson, man.
For
What about
me,
you?
I think Ronda should be facing Cyborg. Really,
That's a good
just
one. I was gonna say something about Ronda,
Really,
but yeah, good one.
but it's not yet in the works because of different organizations and the UFC not signing Cyborg yet. But hopefully, eventually, it's gonna happen. These things
Yeah.
have to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
Cause-
super fights, they're just
Yeah,
bound to happen.
And then she's gonna clear out the division. I mean, if she beats Sarah McMahon,
It's inevitable. It
Yeah.
has to be
I
inevitable.
mean, she could fight Kat Zingano or
Condolences
It's hard
to
to
Kat
find.
Zingano.
Yeah.
Condolences to Kat Zingano.
Her
husband.
Her husband died. yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. So, tweet us your answers, guys. What is your New Year's resolution for your favorite fighter? Tweet us with the hashtag MMA resolutions. So there you go. We'll check that out. We'll read out your hashtags when you tweet them. So go ahead, tweet them.
Again, those hashtags are hashtag Dojo Drifter Live and hashtag MMA Resolutions.
All right.
Yep.
So we'll start off the show with the Dojo Drifter 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Dojo Drifter 5 rounds, where we tackle 5 of the hottest MMA news in the world today.
5 of these hottest
starting
news.
with round.
Starting with
Number
round number
1.
Boom.
So round 1.
Okay.
Big news in
From 1FC.
Asian MMA, actually in MMA in general, since they're getting bigger. 1FC signed 6 new fighters to the roster.
Did they?
And yeah, and not just any fighters, man. These guys are stacked as shit.
Yeah,
You
there
got-
are 4 champions out of the 6 guys
Yep.
signed.
6 new fighters: Russian featherweight champion Marat Gufarov, heavyweight
Gafurov.
champ Kelvin Fityal from Saipan, Australian featherweight champ Rob Lisita is actually one of the biggest signings in to start the year. Brace featherweight champ Martin Nguyen, Shutu flyweight veteran Kentaro Watanabe,
Good
and
job.
Canadian Indian welterweight kickboxer Kultar Gill.
Oh, you got the names right, man.
Yeah.
Good job, good job.
Yay!
Bring that shit.
Yeah, man. So for me, when I heard this news, it's like, oh man, ONE FC is making some big moves.
Exactly.
They want to get, and they're getting champions from other divisions. That says a lot
Yep,
if you
yep.
could steal the champ from another division. So I don't know, man. Big
And
things
they're
coming for ONE FC.
expanding their, their divisions, giving new challenges for the champions and also the contenders there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
And these
So-
aren't just any any Asian fighter like what they're perceived to be. ONE FC is getting a network in Australia right now. They're slowly creeping into the Saipan market, Guam market, with the acquisition of Kelvin Fityal from Saipan, and then you have Harry Sarmiento coming in.
Yeah.
You got talking about Australian featherweight champ Rob Lisita. This guy's called the Ruthless Rob Ruthless Lisita, and this guy's a beast, man. He's been fighting off Australia.
Anybody's name starts with Rob or Robbie or Robert will be ruthless.
Anybody's
Anybody's name who's Dustin will be the diamond. You know what I mean? So
Is it
it's
more than
kind
one?
of formulaic.
Earl the Pearl.
Yeah, something like that. So I don't know. Just saying.
But back to what I was saying. This guy's a beast, man. News is that he's been UFC's trying to get him, but ONE FC got him first. And thing with these guys though is that they like fighting in Asia. They like fighting near their homes, unlike in the UFC. My take on this is that although we do know that the UFC is starting to creep into the Asian market, thing is the fights that they put are for the local people, so they don't get to go to those UFC main cards. Like you don't see the Korean guys fighting off the UFC 170 or 171, or if you do, you have to have a resume like the Korean Zombie, for example, before you
stand
get
out.
To,
You really have to stand out.
you
from the
really
crowd.
have to stand out. Aside from that, you don't quite get to see these people. Like a good example would be,
They're not mainstream.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you have to look them up.
Yeah, exactly.
YouTube and all.
A good
these
example
things.
would be the Ultimate Fighter. They've been holding it in like almost all continents right now. You
It's
have
impossible not
Ultimate
to
Fighter
catch you.
Brazil, Ultimate Fighter China. Soon you'll have Ultimate Fighter Southeast Asia. Rumors say.
Philippines.
But have
Watch
you ever
out.
seen fighters from these Ultimate Fighters fight in the main cards?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
right?
yet.
Well, the
You have to
future,
stand
but
out.
yeah.
A ton of them get cut, but I think my question here is, what do you think is bigger? Just really, Bellator or ONE FC? I mean, even if
Right
you're
now,
biased,
I
or
really think it's one FC.
I think it's also ONE FC. It's just Bellator has been more mainstream. That's different. They're
Yeah.
bigger is ONE FC for me.
Yeah.
And the big factor is that they're a North American outfit,
Yeah.
so they get.
And they get a ton of airtime. You know what
I
I
get
mean?
that.
It's
I was
like,
curious nga, how do you define lang bigger?
Yeah.
Like bigger in terms of
Roster?
their reach or the talent of the
yeah,
roster?
ganun. Yeah, I think yeah, it's pretty much the same. I don't know if there eventually I hope ONE FC gets signed under that Zufa banner. But I mean, pwede
No,
yun eh.
I don't think so, man.
I don't know.
think so, because that's one thing that I don't like about Zufa is when
They buy
you
out
get into
promotions.
when you get into the Zufa
He doesn't
banner,
like Zufa, so if you're gonna hire anyone, it's me and Gab.
Thank you, man.
if you get
Thank
into the Zufa banner, they
Uh-huh.
buy you out, and I that'd be a sad thing to happen.
Is
if
it
ONE
sad
FC
if you
gets
get
buy
$1
out.
million? I
Nah,
don't
man,
think
nah,
so.
And knowing Victor Koy, shout out to the man, props to the guy. He really built MMA, Asian MMA from the ground up, and now it's worldwide. You can finally
Wait,
hit
I want
hits
this debate
worldwide.
before we move on. It's like a Xerxes Leonidas thing.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like if you kneel before me, your Athenian rivals will kneel before you. You'll be the conqueror of all Greece, the warlord of all Greece. But you'll only be second to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you gonna take that job? It's a nice offer. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
bad, but do you want to be, competing with a UFC head on? So, I don't know.
No, I don't think I'm with OJ on this. I don't think it'll happen because ONE FC's are doing good now. They got a
Yeah.
good thing going.
And if you-
They can do great.
One thing
They could
coming
do
from
better.
the one
Yeah.
thing coming from the marketing perspective of things, MMA is actually on a decline in North America.
Is that so?
Yeah, in the American
Bellator, watch out.
in the American market.
We're gonna flip that shit. ONE FC is gonna buy
in
out.
the American market.
Ha,
There you go. There you go. Shout
I'm
out
not
to
bashing
Victor
Bellator,
Koy.
but I've heard rumors that they call it Bella shit elsewhere. Swear, dude, I swear.
But yeah, coming from a marketing perspective,
happen.
MMA is on a decline in
Really?
the North American
That would be
market,
wild.
whereas MMA is on an incline when it comes
Well, that's
to
for sure.
Asian market.
That's
for
it's
sure.
the
Asia's
number
huge.
one growing sport in Asia right now.
Asia's
It's more
huge.
watched than boxing, most definitely
Yeah, man.
here in Asia. So yeah, So we're excited to see the new fighters come into ONE FC. One good thing, by the way, just a last point to this topic. Another thing is that this is where we see if the Filipino fighters are any good. This a good thing here is that their chins are gonna get tested, their skills are gonna get tested. Now you cannot say that ONE FC is just
A slouch.
yeah, exactly.
They're
A
second-rate
promotion.
guys, yeah.
There's
with
legit
second-rate
talent.
guys.
There's legit talent. Yeah.
Nauunahan na nila yung UFC in getting talents, which is pretty cool in my book. So yeah, we'll see how your Eric Kellys, your Honorio Banarios, and Edward Folayangs match to these guys.
Yeah, I just want to add then, I like it that they're getting big boys.
Yeah,
Kelvin,
exactly.
heavyweight.
Yeah.
It's so important for a promotion to have a good heavyweight
A
division.
steady heavyweight
Well, that
bracket.
was like the
Solid.
dark days ago of the UFC is when their heavyweight division wasn't that deep.
Mhm.
But once they got like the Brock Lesnar's and the Frank Mir's were
Frank
starting to
Mir.
rise,
Kane.
that's when things went even better for them.
Because
So it's so
I don't know
important.
anyone who doesn't like to see heavyweights.
Yeah.
It's just
I've met a few who like the lighter weights compared to the big guys.
for
So there are
sure,
a
for
few,
sure.
yeah.
I respect that. I love the
fast-paced
lightweights too,
fighting.
but more technical. But these guys just for some reason it's like Mike Tyson put asses in seats because he didn't know what he was
Exactly.
gonna do. He was gonna knock somebody out. I'm
And
not
it's
saying
just different when you
I just
see
don't enjoy
someone-
a decision. That's it. for me.
Exactly.
I love the technical aspects, but I want to see
But
finishes.
it's something else when you see a 250-pound guy getting an ankle lock on you, or
Yeah.
like submitting you. That it's different, man. So,
Solid heavyweights. Bring him over.
Yeah, okay.
Sabora, go to the
Who's
ONE
that?
FC, man.
Oh, yeah.
Igor Sabora.
Let's get
You're-
some
Who
sumo
knows?
wrestlers
Who knows?
up
He's
in
from the
here.
USCC, so
Let's
who
get some
knows?
sumos.
All right, that's it for round number 1.
Woo!
Okay.
We
Round-
move on to round
Number
2.
3. Kidding. Okay.
Round
Number
two.
Skip
two.
around. Okay, round number 2.
Just checking.
ONE FC will crown its inaugural welterweight champion. They have
Solid.
an event coming in March.
Yep.
It's called the ONE FC War of
In
Nations.
Kuala Lumpur,
Yeah, in Malaysia. The headliner will be Brock Larson versus
Nobutsu
yeah,
Suzuki.
Suzuki. Forgot his last name, man. But that guy's a killer. Crazy
Yeah.
knees.
Nobutsu Suzuki,
And
hell of a striker, man.
Yeah.
I researched Brock Larson.
Uh-huh.
Did he fight in the UFC?
I think
Yeah,
he did.
he
He
did.
did.
For two.
This guy's a grappler. Is a grappling
Yeah, he
grappling
has
background.
over
Oh,
20
super legit,
submissions.
man.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, his
guy.
record's insane.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Suzuki, on the other hand, was the one who broke Phil Baroni's foot
Yeah,
via
twisted
knockout,
ankle.
though. Twisted ankle. He take us through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basta, so
What
started
happened?
striking battle, and then Suzuki landed some good knees, some good punches. When he knocked out Baroni, like dead weight, all the weight
Are
fell
Are
on
you
one
serious?
ankle, and then the ankle just
His ankle just went
tumiklop, it bent.
on the other
Dude,
side.
I don't think
He leaned on his ankle.
I don't
and
think he-
fell on.
Muscle Milk sponsors him. Man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He didn't
Damn.
even flinch because he was like out cold.
Dude, that's the
man.
New York
yeah.
badass right there. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the New York badass, but sometimes you gotta know when to quit. But
Exactly.
don't
but
think
hey
he will
man,
just
I don't
yet.
think he will.
I don't think he
man,
will.
but he looks
Especially
great.
with
still
a
looks
good,
great. I'm a
with good
big fan of the
paydays
New
in
York
1FC,
badass.
He won't quit
Mhm.
just
New
yet.
York badass.
But more on this card. Finally, I mean, if anything, finally they're getting a welterweight champion. One thing that's lacking with 1FC, I believe, is their lack of champions. And you know, although
They
you
haven't
have
crowned
See,
their
but
rosters.
since they're
Yeah.
new,
yeah,
yeah.
Mayuki, you have Bibiano, you have
Koji Oishi.
Koji Oishi, and then now finally you have a welterweight
Yeah,
champion.
well,
man.
slowly
They're
but
getting
surely,
there. They're getting there. Then
Yeah.
they're gonna have middleweight and heavyweight.
Uh-huh.
Because
So
it's hard to follow a promotion when they don't they don't have champions. You don't know who to look forward to.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, finally. I mean, it just goes to show you with Honorio Banario Koji Uishi fight.
Mhm.
That rematch was heavily followed by a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Asian MMA fans. So yeah, another fight on this card is Ann Osman versus
Cheryl Lim,
Cheryl
the
Lim,
rematch.
the rematch. Were you able to watch the first fight?
I actually didn't watch the first fight, but it's actually nominated this year MMA Awards for like the best round in a women's fight.
Yeah.
Dude,
It was
nobody
a crazy fight. That's what I
nobody
heard.
knows the gravity of these MMA awards because it's not just Asian MMA. It's MMA overall.
Yeah,
and
the
one
whole
FC's
world.
been just taking these awards left and right.
Yep.
So that says a lot for me. I mean,
Yeah.
bigger than I follow WSOF. That's a legit organization by Ray Sefo, who's the president of that. And you have the UFC, of course. You have Bellator and all of these Cage Warriors and even the smaller outfits. But ONE FC's been getting awards left and right. I just want to say congratulations to Victor Quinn and just keeping up the good work.
Matt Hume.
Solid.
Matt
solid.
Hume, guys like that. So
So that rematch,
on
that should be
the-
pretty interesting.
Yeah, Osman Lim fight. It went to decision, but
Yeah.
it was a slugfest. I mean,
Yeah.
they were punching each other, bringing each other down, trying to get the ankle locks and
Yeah.
everything.
And people were saying that it could have gone to Osman because Lim took the decision
yep,
win.
Lim won.
So this will be a good rematch, and in the home turf this time of, sorry, was it Osman and Osman?
Yeah, and Osman. Yeah, because it was in Singapore,
Singapore
the last time,
Yeah,
which was the hometown of Sharon
Cheryl
Lim.
So ngayon, tables turn.
Cheryl Lim.
Home turf, si
Home
turf.
Ann Osman.
I'm for Osman because she
Osman.
trains with our Mike Striegel and our Filipino brother.
Yeah,
Does she have a
tribal-
moniker? I have a moniker for Ann
Athena.
Osman.
Athena.
Oh,
and
man, that would be
Osman.
awesome. It'd be awesome, sana.
Maybe we
siya,
could change it. What is it?
An awesome Osman.
there you
Pero
go.
mahirap sabihin. An awesome Osman.
Kaya ni Anthony
pitch it.
Suntay yun. Anthony Suntay, the
And
ring
Osman
announcer for
awesome.
1FC.
You can
So
exchange.
And
Awesome
Osman.
Osman. Think about it.
Oh.
Think about it. Okay.
Yeah, the nickname maker.
Hey, Anthony Suntay, I hear mass with you, so don't duck me.
Sabihan
Tell
mo
him in
siya, bro.
church.
Sabihan mo
Okay.
siya.
So mas.
Sabihan
I
mo siya.
can't. I'm
Okay.
shy. His
Sige,
family's
sige.
there. And ito, dude,
Come on.
you look kind of grumpy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's so
Pagod sa kaka-announce
yeah,
ng
yeah.
fights.
So I think Sunday's his day off. So I'm just
Yeah, give him
I'll
that.
just
But Anthony
tweet,
Suntay
tweet.
and awesome Osman.
Think about it. Think about it.
And then what's the other fight on that card?
The
that
other
we're
fight on the
looking
card,
forward to?
Kevin Bilingon
Just
Yes,
destroying
will
our
be
momentum.
fighting Kim Dong Hwa Kim, if I'm not mistaken. of
Belingon's
Korea.
busy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well,
So
after
busy.
that fucking knockout reel,
Yeah, but
who wouldn't be
Oh.
busy, man?
So-
that was an awesome knockout.
Yeah, Kevin Belingon, Pinoy fighter from Baguio, Team Lakay. He won last December by
Against
knockout in
David
1FC.
that's how many
Ana.
months?
Yeah.
That's how many months?
Yeah.
In January. When's the fight?
March.
January,
So he
February,
has
March.
3
Yeah,
full
3
months.
And then he's gonna
3
fight
full months to
again
train.
in March. So, and then there are a lot of
That's
title
busy.
implications
Exactly.
surrounding this.
Busy, man.
They think
If the winner of this fight will be able to face or is set up to face
Bibiano.
Bibiano Fernandez.
That's big, man. And
Exactly.
I like that fight. I'd love that fight.
Yeah.
Because unlike when Honorio Banario became the champion, not taking anything away from Honorio,
Mhm.
if this fight does push through, Bibiano Fernandez against Kevin Belingon will finally, or a Filipino at that, will finally face a ranked fighter,
Yeah,
a ranked
highly
world
ranked.
fighter.
Because Bibiano's ranked like pound for
World
pound,
class.
best bantamweight in the world. Not
Exactly,
the best,
yeah.
but one of the best.
Yeah,
world
pound for
class.
pound. Yeah,
Yeah.
World
and
class
if we're
bantamweight.
talking about bantamweights, I researched on the guy also. Bibiano is a legit. When he won in Dream, it's just his past 2 fights in ONE FC they haven't been finishes. Both of them have been decisions. The last time they were here in
He
Manila.
tends to coast, yeah, exactly.
But they were
But-
dominant performers.
Yeah, for sure.
for
But
sure. Never in trouble. That's the
being
thing.
the champ, you gotta stick to your game plan. But I'd love to see some finishes. And this guy, if he's aggressive, he could compete with the Uriah Fabers and all of
Exactly,
these guys.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
Future
legit.
tip to Kevin Belingon, wrestling, bro. You're gonna
But-
be
but-
fighting a black belt in jiu-jitsu
But
in
let's not-
Bibiano Fernandez.
Let's focus muna on his
Not
next
looking
fight.
past.
Not
Yeah.
looking
Yeah,
past
not
his next
looking
fight.
past Kim.
Kim, he is 9-0. His
good.
Inaugural fight
was
was
last December, and he won by submission in the third round.
rear naked choke.
Okay.
It was dominant performance.
Yeah,
I was
and
there,
it
watched
was-
it live.
Yeah, and it was like a
Uh,
back and forth,
Yep.
action-packed fight.
He got the
Striking,
back. And this
everything.
guy's small, dude. He's like
Yeah, it's
5'3".
Something
But-
like that, yeah.
Hella ripped.
Are you
Like,
serious?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Let's
he
train.
Went, he
Okay.
went up the weigh-ins. Hella ripped, man, with a
Mohawk.
mohawk.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And pretty exciting fighter. Great submission off the back.
Yeah. I think that his fight with Belingon, this has the makings of being a great back and forth, like fight of the night caliber fight.
Exactly.
Because
yeah.
these guys love to throw. They're not scared to go to the ground, but they prefer to keep
To
it.
For
stand.
sure, for sure.
Man, this cannot not be a good fight. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a great fight.
And Kevin Belingon, on the other hand, for those of you who don't know, as Gab said, from Team Lakay,
Mhm.
one of the more exciting fighters from Team Lakay. I mean, Team Lakay fighters are hella exciting.
Uh-huh.
Belingon is one of the most exciting fighters coming off that stable. He's ended most of his fights, or if not, just
He
always
looks for
went
the
in for the
finish.
kill. He
He
looks for the finish.
I like guys like
Up
that.
until third round, man.
There's a point that you can still stick to your game plan, but at the same time, I mean, if you see blood, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
Uriah
go for
Faber
it, yeah.
against
Go
McDonald.
for it.
As soon as
yeah,
he
I
sees
love
a
that
neck,
fight.
dude, that how he pushed him against the cage, no remorse, but
Yeah.
at the same time, he doesn't jump into it. He feels a punch. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Belingon is right there, and the dream is still the UFC, of course, but with ONE FC right now, hey man, just keep it up, Team
Yeah.
Lakay,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Belingon
Actually,
all day.
see, Dave Galera, the Pinoy UFC fighter, told me that the UFC has actually been trying to get Belingon for a long time. He's like the guy
Just
that they've
under
had an eye
contract.
on. But yeah, he's under contract with ONE FC.
And he's
just-
young. He's
yeah.
26.
Yeah,
26.
testament lang to Belingon, man. Solid guy. And the losses he's had in ONE FC, they were close decision
Yeah.
losses, diba?
Yeah, exactly. And fun
konti na
fact,
lang. Oh.
fun fact from the previous Dojo Drifter episodes,
Mhm.
he's colorblind.
Yeah, he's
No way, bro.
No,
from
ang sabi ni Erwin Tagle,
Tagler.
na he
Right?
should
Oh,
be-
shit, I
Yes,
wasn't
Erwin
listening,
Tagler.
that
man.
Kevin should be a police officer by
Yeah,
now, but
he
because of
wanted to
he's colorblind, he's going all out fighting na lang.
Yeah,
He's not pursuing that other career.
Because you don't need color when you're fighting.
When you see blood, you can't see it's red. Just
Yeah, yeah.
So-
one of those quotes.
Frankie. Oh, pwede.
You can smell it, but you can't see it.
What?
He's not full blind. He's colorblind. You can't see it's red. Okay,
But
so
yeah.
we got
There
clarity.
you go.
Shout out to
so-
Patrick Cote though.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter, the Predator.
Yeah, and hey, Kung Lee, man.
More on that later.
later.
Kung Lee,
Kung Lee.
man,
Shout out. Shout
If
out.
you suddenly burst into the studio,
we will explode.
Alright, so more on that card in the next few episodes. Of course, you'll only get updates from Dojo Drifter, dojodrifter.com, Dojo Drifter Live,
Wait.
and on our Facebook account, Twitter account.
It was like Gab was exercising Kung Lee.
What?
Kung Lee, get the spirit out, evil spirit.
What the hell?
Oh, he's there.
Oh shit, dude! You had me. Did I swear? I thought he was here. Fuckers.
Okay, third.
Crazy Dojo Drifter
Third
live.
Oh
round.
my god.
Third round.
Round 3.
Round 3.
Okay, we mentioned this earlier.
Yeah, we mentioned
Sad
this
news.
a while ago. Very sad news in the MMA world. Kat Zingano's husband commits suicide.
Apparently it looks that way.
Yeah.
Reports
it
are.
looks-
Reports
it
are.
looks
It's
that.
confirmed. Yeah.
At 37 years old.
Young.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a third degree. Was a third degree BJJ black
Is he
belt.
Brazilian?
I think so.
I think he looks Brazilian.
But he-
Mauricio Zingano.
yeah,
Anyway,
but he's the head coach
head
of
coach of
Zingano
Cat, yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu
Dude.
in Colorado.
Dude.
So he's US based. So there, man. Sad
Dude.
news.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just want to give out our condolences to the Zingano family. Kat, this is a hard time for her, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
I can't imagine fighting with.
Yeah, you
With
lose
that
your
in
spouse,
mind.
man. Ouch.
She didn't only lose her husband. She lost the coach. She lost the best friend. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, tough time.
I
So
think we should.
condolences to the
Yeah,
family,
I don't know
man.
if we're follow Dojo Drifter on Facebook, and I think we'll post the official statement from Kat Zingano.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
what I read was, thank you for all the love, and it's keeping her sane in this hard time.
Mhm.
But I think what she said there was she wants her privacy for now. So
Yeah.
we respect that, and again, condolences to Kat Zingano's
Yeah.
family, and hope to see you back.
Yeah.
Solid shade.
More than ever.
One of my favorite fighters. Na,
Oh,
just
really?
overall.
Solid talaga.
Yeah, solid.
And kaya nga ako nga, when we post on social media, when I post, I try to avoid mentioning even the suicide.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, gotta mention that. The guy died. That's the headline.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the suicide part. And pang,
If you're gonna
those are
research
just
the details, do it
reports.
on your own. But
yeah,
it's
parang-
just for informing the public.
yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't want to question the integrity of some
Yeah.
writers, but it's like,
For
me,
sure.
they're just trying to get hits now. Oh shit, suicide! I'll click that
And
shit.
click.
Yeah.
Wala lang. So I just don't like to mention
so
it. Condolences to the family.
Condolences
Respect
to
to
the
the family.
Zingano family. We move on to
Game.
round.
Okay, round
Number 4. Another sad news in the UFC world.
Sad,
Actually,
different kind of sad, yeah.
yeah, different kind of sad.
Okay, so Dominic Cruz is out of UFC 169. Groin injury. Fuck, man. So he's out.
Fucking get that though.
I mean, but GSP injured his groin in a fight, right? Who was he
Oh,
fighting?
yeah.
Koscheck or someone.
So do you
Hardy
tear
or
the
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you hyperextended.
Show
it.
us. No, I'm
Let's
kidding,
try
I'm
it.
kidding.
No.
And then so
The show is not that kind of a show.
okay, so yeah, and so he's
It
out.
can be.
Well, last week I
Yeah.
stripped naked, so yeah.
And then so he has to what happened to his title? He relinquished his title. He's
So
no
it's
longer the champ.
officially
At least
Kenan
though,
Barao is
yeah.
officially
Uh-huh.
the UFC undisputed
Undisputed UFC
Bantamweight champion.
Bantamweight champion, Henan Barao, and he is taking
His replacement is Uriah
Faber.
California Kid Faber. But it's on short
You're a
notice.
Faber
and
guy, right?
Dude, I
I'm
love
a Faber fan.
I'm
I
a
love Faber,
Barao
but-
fan.
Well, I
don't
hope
like
Faber wins, man.
I hope Faber
Uriah.
wins.
Oh my god.
I hope
why?
Faber wins.
Well,
Faber,
he-
California Kid, baby.
As we touched on this a few
Oh,
episodes back.
God.
He's like the Vitor. Let me turn things around. He's like the Vitor Belfort of this
But
division.
my problem
though.
here is it's on short notice.
3 weeks notice, yeah.
3
Dude,
weeks
grabe
And he just
yun.
fought in the last UFC event.
I'm
So he's
pretty
in good
sure
shape.
he's ready
That's,
though.
that's,
He's in
that's
good
not
shape.
my
Yeah,
problem.
he's
my
in good
problem
shape.
is it's going to
How-
be the weight cut.
I don't.
But I
even
think he's
20
in.
pounds, dude.
I think he's in weight now. Or parang he's in good
Yeah.
shape.
More or
right?
less.
Well, why?
More
What,
or less.
What weight did he fight on the last card?
What is that? 135?
No, 35. He always fights at
Yeah,
35.
135.
But
Oh, there.
cutting
So he-
that weight.
don't
think kaya niya.
Yeah,
hope
because
so.
as Gab said, he came from a fight,
So it's
and,
kind of
and
insane.
that fight ended in the
There's so
first
many
or the second round.
factors. There's so many factors.
It ended in the first round via submission.
He wasn't beat up or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's I forgot where I read this, but and don't quote me on this, but I read this somewhere.
Stay ready.
That's the thing with
you ain't
fighters.
gotta get
No,
ready.
not just that, but thing with fighters who end their fights in the first round. I think they should fight again, in
A few
two
weeks,
months notice.
But what people don't understand
month,
about
2
that,
months
I agree with that. But
Because-
what happens prior to that, yung training,
I agree.
it's so
Torture your body.
yeah,
wear
yeah.
and tear.
they don't see it na it'll end in the first round. They're preparing for
Yeah, exactly.
worst case
War.
scenario war. Yeah, but
can't you see it in a way na parang sayang yung tinraining nila?
Uriah
'Cause
looks
it ended in the
he's
first
always
round.
in shape,
wasn't-
man.
Exactly. There you go.
With an 8-pack going,
think he'll do
always,
good.
dude.
I think he'll do
think
good.
he'll do
I'm
good.
hoping he wins. I
hope
wanna
he
see-
I
does.
saw that meme. I saw that meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
takes a shot to the chin. If you guys don't know,
Gets
Uriah
called for it.
Faber. Uriah Faber has the signature
chin,
cleft chin.
Crazy cleft.
Yeah. So
It's deep, man. It's
Yeah,
like up to his
dude,
lip
Like a
or
crater, there's a
something.
crater.
so it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
takes a shot to the chin because shots to
called
the
for it.
no shots to the balls are illegal
Yeah.
because he's mukhang groin na ganun
Yeah.
kalalim. So Uriah
Check it out on Dojo on
we
Dojo
posted
Drifter's
that.
Facebook. So yeah, we posted that.
Uriah's balls are on his chin.
Okay. Spanky.
Anyway, yeah,
with a-
so I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm going for Uriah. He fought
Come
4
on,
times
yeah.
last year.
Oh my
4
God.
times, and then he finished 3 of the 4 by submission, by choke. Man, I'm just hoping
Solid,
Faber
dude.
wins.
I think he won't be able to keep up with Barrao's
Ganito.
pace.
Wow.
No,
That's
he'll,
it. That's the only
he'll
thing
be
I'm
able.
going to say.
Okay.
You're talking about Uriah Faber. He kept up with Barao. It's just a tiny miscalculation. That's why he lost. But I think you should take a page out of Chris Weidman's.
Excuses. Oh.
Chris Weidman's book. Check those fucking kicks, bro. Really, check those
So,
kicks.
Anderson Silva part 2.
No,
Baka
seriously.
ma-Anderson Silva siya.
But Barao's a beast, man. And how he
Yeah,
took
yeah,
the back of.
exactly.
I forget who he fought. And he's been destroying guys who aren't slouches like Brad Pickett. You have
Donald.
yeah,
Dave
McDonald. So-
Sayang though, because I was looking forward to the Dominic Cruz fight.
Yeah,
Me
I'm
too,
sure
but-
everyone really
Man,
wants
I
to
mean,
Dominic,
this
see,
guy's been
seriously.
out for 3 years.
2
Or
years,
2
2
years.
years.
Because of injury, the first one was an
Yeah.
ACL. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
I have an idea. You know, Dominic Cruz comes back. Maybe it's just an idea. He could fight at 45 because if the weight cut's gonna be too much, you know what I mean. He's a big 35er.
Yeah, he's a big
Yeah.
35er. Exactly. He
Give
can-
a
he
run
can
against
actually.
And if-
Aldo. I want to
Aldo.
see that.
And if he loses some speed with all the leg injuries,
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
on,
it's all
he
lower
might
body,
have,
man.
because that's what he has going for him in
He's a big guy though.
bantamweight. Now he's fast and always moving.
If you were Dana White, though,
think he
one
should fight at 45 for
news
me.
is Dominic Cruz is gonna be able to train again in 6 to 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the winner or no? Climb the ladder again.
Now one more fight, at least one good fight.
I think. Oh my God! Just dawned on me. McDonald versus Cruz. That
Yeah,
could
that would make
happen.
sense.
That'd
I'd
be
like that
sick.
fight.
McDonald's fighting on 170, right?
Is he?
I think.
What do you mean? This?
We'll
UFC
research on
170?
that.
We'll research on that.
I don't think so.
Anyway,
But-
we'll see. We'll
okay.
see.
Research on that.
I'd like that
research on
fight.
McDonald
Diba?
versus Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, that
And
makes
winner
sense.
takes on the champ.
We'll take on Faber because he
No,
will.
Barao.
be
And
the
losers
champ.
will fight. And losers will fight. And Faber will be the champ. I'm just saying.
Faber.
The losers will
Game?
fight.
Bet ulit?
Nope.
No.
Pass.
I'm not gonna get into
Pass.
that.
We all lose when we bet.
Exactly. Alright, so moving on to round number 4.
Okay,
Number
final round.
5, you mean?
Ay, 5 pala.
Final
Sorry.
round, yeah.
Where?
What?
So the
There.
news is, this happened just
Number
today.
5.
Luke Rockhold beat Costa Filippo in the first round by knockout.
Cyprus
Liver
Slugger.
Yeah, he hit Costa with a liver kick, and then hit him with a head kick. Boom. Herb
Boom.
Dean steps
I
in.
think
The
It's
rest
over.
is history.
I love Luke Rockhold. He's 6'3".
Yeah, we were all rooting for Rockhold for this.
You know,
fight.
the problem was, out of Strikeforce, being the last middleweight champion of Strikeforce, he ran into a Vitor Belfort. It was
Yeah.
just the momentum of Vitor
Yeah.
at that time. And even now, I'm just saying that he was ranked number 5. And I think these guys like him and Jacare, they're all still in the mix.
Jacare,
Jacare.
man.
So shout out to Andrew Laxas.
Hey, yeah, what's up, Andrew?
Because, you know, man, it's like Luke Rockhold, like, when he defeated Costa Filippo, man, it's like,
Man, he's
super
gonna bust
solid.
in here and choke you out.
No,
when he
dude, I'm
sees
just
you.
saying, it's just an impression. It's an impression. So, anyway, Luke Rockhold.
Jacare, man.
Oh, that's OG now. Oh, pass na.
Well,
ah.
ayun nga.
Okay, you're
Papasa,
saying
he'll
go.
choke you both at the same time. Anyway, so yeah. So Luke Rockhold, and he made his intentions clear. He wants to fight Vitor again, but in the U.S. He doesn't, because
They fought in Brazil.
they fought in
Doesn't matter. TRT will take over.
and then, but he said if he has to fight someone to get to Vitor, like Michael Bisping, everyone calls out Michael Bisping.
Actually,
He's game, but say he wants to be the top guy.
Although Bisping's always out
It's
with
stacked. At
five.
85, it's
Yeah.
stacked. It's just
Exactly,
insane.
With Anderson Silva out of the picture, damn, that 185 is just.
Yeah,
up for grabs.
even
Up for grabs, yeah.
Francis Carmont, you have Jacare, you have Musasi, you have
Machida.
Ryota Machida.
Damn.
So many guys at 85 right
And the
now.
champ is Weidman, who's no slouch, man. He's legit.
Whiteman, oh
Yeah,
my god,
Weidman's
yeah,
crazy
Vitor,
good,
all
yeah.
of these guys. Munoz,
Munoz is there.
Bisping.
Yeah.
Mark Munoz.
Still, all
So
of these
stacked
guys.
middleweight
You have
division.
who's the U.S. Ranger?
Tim Kennedy.
Tim Kennedy. Guys,
Kennedy.
man,
Yeah.
they're fighting though. Michael Bisping and Kennedy.
Yeah, is that official?
I think
But,
I don't
I
think
think
so.
it's
rumors
gonna
are
get-
in, but it's all up to Bisping's eye.
Mhm.
I mean, he has to recover.
It
Into
still
the
looks
eye.
bad though. Anyway, but it he says it's okay, but we'll keep you posted.
I want to see the Bisping Munoz fight though.
Philippo's still in the mix.
Yeah,
Philippou
he's still
in
he
the
lost,
mix,
but he's still.
exactly.
Yeah, baka nga Philippou versus Munoz
That would be a
Pwede
good
yun.
fight.
That could
I'd
happen.
like
For
that.
the job.
I'd like that.
for the job.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't think Munoz is gonna get cut anytime soon. Not being
sometimes-
because he's Pinoy and I'm biased and shit,
Uh-huh.
although it might seem that way.
Uh,
But
but it is that way.
but Munoz is, well, number one, he's like the nicest guy in the UFC right
And
now.
number
Yeah.
two,
And
he's
number two,
Pinoy.
he's hella exciting, man.
Yeah, he is.
He
He
is
is.
one of the
Donkey Kong
Who
punches.
fucking gets his opponent on the ground and jumps on him? Literally
Yeah,
jumps
yeah.
on
Tim
him.
Bosch. You still have Tim Bosch.
Yeah, no,
In the
but that's what
85,
he
Uh-huh.
did.
Yeah.
He did to Tim Bosch, exactly
Yeah.
what I was saying.
Tim Bosch is a scary guy
Yeah.
and destroyed him.
Brings down Tim Bosch
Mhm.
and then does a vertical leap.
yeah, flying Donkey Kong punches.
Yeah, exactly. Who does that?
85
Yeah.
looks
Only Mark
sick right
Munoz
now.
can do
Yeah.
that.
85
But yeah,
looks sick.
But congrats to Luke Rockhold.
Yeah.
Impressive win.
Mhm.
You know, it cements him as one of the best in 185.
Bring back
Yeah.
Keith Jardine.
Oh,
Keith
the-
Jardine.
He
Light
fights at
heavyweight.
85.
He
He
fought-
fights-
oh,
he
yeah.
fought
Yeah.
Luke
Did they
Rockhold at
fight?
85.
Yeah,
he
they
was
fought, they fought.
champion once, right?
No.
He's
He
like-
was
he
always
fought
a
for the
top
title.
10 guy in
Fought for the title.
fought for the 85 title in Strike Force. Always a top 10 guy in the UFC.
Light heavyweight.
Yeah, sila Rampage.
Yeah,
Di
he-
bagay
he
sa
beat
akin yung boses
Liddell.
I
niya.
don't think so. Yeah, I don't
No?
think so.
Parang for me, yung boses niya, parang masyadong mabait.
Yeah.
He looks like a killer.
Like
He-
a
and then
biker.
He suddenly
Looks
talks
like
like,
a killer.
hey,
Yeah,
hi
a
guys,
biker.
this is
A biker.
Keith Jardine.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Nice guy.
Yeah, pretty nice guy. So yeah, congrats to Luke Rockhold, and that ends the Dojo Drifter 5.
Yeah! Woo!
All right, so up next,
Hey.
big news for Philippine MMA. Again, UFC
Yeah.
fighters, man.
Yeah, they're
Visiting
all
the
over the place.
Philippines. Babakasyon,
So,
beach. sarap.
This week, diba, Kong Lee,
Getting them hoes.
former.
Yeah, you
Well,
know who
you
you
never
are.
You know who
You
you
are.
are.
I'm gonna
So,
see you on Instagram. I'll see you on Instagram.
Who is this? Who are we talking
These
about?
girls.
205 fighter.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
these
okay.
girls. These
205
girls.
fighter.
Yeah,
That's
needed
why
coffee
the-
like.
Yeah, during the press
Anyway,
con,
so he,
anyway.
Kong Lee, UFC middleweight and former Strike Force champion, Kong Lee is here in the Philippines. I think he's still here. Basta, he came in like
Oh,
2 days
no,
ago.
I'm just kidding.
God damn it! I fell for it to get him.
Anyway, so yeah, he's here. He gave a special seminar for Yolanda victims.
Oh,
Proceeds
here.
went to the Yolanda
I'm
victims.
kidding.
And it was a great seminar. I dropped by last night. It was at Sky Fitness Podium. And it was nice, man. I don't mean to diss Gustafsson, but this looked better than the Gustafsson seminar. Like, he was more
this is
hands-on.
more ready. I mean, you know,
How was his demeanor? Was he quiet? Was he?
No, he was
Because
good,
Gustafsson
man.
wasn't scheduled to really do
Ganun ba?
a seminar. I
Okay.
mean, you know, it was just more of a. It was more of a
A meet and greet.
Coming off
A show and go.
a
John Jones fight.
John Jones fight, and then but with Kong Lee's visit, it was announced way before that it was really gonna
Talagang
be like
plan,
someone's
part
gonna
of the
go to the
itinerary.
Philippines to
Uh-huh.
hold a seminar.
Yeah, but I want to give props in to Kong Lee. Like, I think he's like a good teacher. I think in his gym he coaches a lot.
I think so. I
It
think-
really resonated in this
Yeah,
seminar.
yeah.
They really want to help these guys, even the guys that you could tell had zero striking background. Or even
You know who
zero.
you are. You know who you are.
you know who you
Who
are.
Gab
Gab's calling
thought?
you out.
Who Gab thought were also grapplers, but they weren't.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's struggling in the striking. He's probably a grappler. But when it came to the takedowns, they didn't know anything. I was kind of surprised. But props to those guys because they signed up.
They
Yeah.
paid a grand
Yeah, and
to
the
help.
money goes to Yolanda
Yolanda.
Survivor. So props to all of those
Do you have a
guys.
video? Or
Yeah, we have a video.
We have a video right
we'll play
now.
it for you.
Of the experience of
Yeah.
Kong Lee
Kong
in the
Lee.
Philippines.
Kang Lee.
We'll play it. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Gal from Dojo Drifter. I'm here right now outside Sky Fitness and Podium, and we're here for Konglee's special MMA seminar. So let's go check it out.
So, key thing, 1, 2, boom. And when I go in, look at my hands in case he throws a knee. Always up. I don't do this. Don't do this. Okay? Let's go. I come up. 1, 2, look at 2, look at my head. 3, punches, kick, I jam right here. Okay, here, I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna pull. Yeah, go.
It's a real good experience being in ways like he definitely knows what he's doing, and me from a boxing background to learn kicks and grappling and tie all those combat aspects together. It's a really good experience. So that's the kind of stuff that makes you think that, oh, I want to go to MMA. So it's a really, really good experience. First, it's really to train him because the techniques are great, top notch. Second, I help by
And
There
if
you
you guys,
go.
Solid!
basically those two last guys
Konglee.
at the end were just
6'1",
appreciative of the
264.
experience. The second guy who was giving his feedback said, "Nah, among all the UFC fighters, he's Kong Lee is the only
hands-on.
one to give back to the Yolanda survivors." Diba? So solid, man. And then also, si Kong Lee said that he's aiming for a return fight in the UFC in Macau come
Oh,
August.
nice. Macau again.
Yeah, he wants Macau, and he wants a rematch with Vanderlei Silva.
I think for me it's just woo hearing myself. Boom.
So strange.
Awesome. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm just saying that if
Things
Dana
that
White's
happen.
if Dana White is gonna give an office job, head office job to anyone, I think it's Kong Lee, and I could see him as being the head of the Asian expansion
Market.
of the UFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Oh, that's what they're using him for now. He's
Yeah,
like
I think so.
The UFC ambassador,
ambassador.
to Asia.
You know what? If anybody should have the moniker the Dragon, I think it's him. But you know, it's already with Leo Machida. But we'll find a name for you. I'll think of something.
Go. Think of something now. No,
I'll
I'm
think of
just kidding. But yeah, for those of you who didn't catch it, the video included Eric Kelly. Eric Kelly's in Manila. Joined Kong Lee. Eric Kelly is one of the Filipino fighters in 1FC right now. Actually, rumors have it that he's floating to the UFC.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Floating.
were you able to join the
training?
The training though?
No, I didn't join this time. But it was interesting talking to Eric. He was actually invited by
Kong Lee or the
by,
UFC?
UFC.
Oh, there you go.
So it's like you're invited here.
First heard
What does that
on
mean?
Dojo Drifter Live.
First turn.
Most likely.
So it's up to you
Eric
to read
Kelly.
into that.
Yeah, Eric Kelly. Lots of things happening to that guy. Watch out for him. But yeah, more on Kong Lee and UFC fighters coming into the Philippines. Well, basically, it just goes to show you how big fan base MMA has developed
Yeah.
here in the Philippines. A lot of people have been telling me that that UFC may be, it may not be a very suitable market for the UFC because UFC's used to having their events always sold out. But on the contrary, I think it's gonna be big. Thing with the UFC is that they're really, really well known. Whenever there's a UFC fight in the whenever there's a UFC fight in the Philippines, you can see a lot of bars showing that. So
I have a theory on that. It's just if you see boxing, because boxing's been around for the longest time, and I think it's already been it's accepted. That's the word. Accepted in all terms. Na it's not human cockfighting. There is no debate that it is a sport.
yes.
No matter how bloody it gets, even kickboxing. Because you see guys like ganito, sila the senators, politicians attend these boxing events, and when people see them on TV, it's like, I want to be there where this politician is, to be seen also. At the same time, they're the ones who can afford these tickets. These tickets, let's not kid ourselves, they're expensive as shit. And some of us are, most of us are cheap as shit. Yeah, just saying. So
can't afford,
But yeah,
about that sold out thing, I just wanted to point that out.
I think the string of UFC fighters coming into the Philippines is a way for them to gauge actually.
Yeah.
If the what UFC Philippine card would be.
Pero kunwari TV lang na manood, oh my God, full house. You know what I mean?
It's kind of interesting. My sentiment is, it's inevitable. We're gonna have UFC Philippines this year. But when I talk to other people, they're like, it's easier said than done. There's so much money involved.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
There's a lot of steps before it can happen. So
For
We'll see,
me,
man.
it's more of the fighters.
Yeah,
The card,
the roster.
the card that they're gonna put up.
Yep.
Because one thing about MMA fans in the Philippines, I believe, is that we're very mainstream.
We are.
Like it or
Follow
not,
the
we're very
famous.
mainstream. We follow the famous. GSP is the most famous fighter in the Philippines and in the world. But say the name of Edward Folayang, who's very, very famous in Malaysia, for example. No one knows him here. Right?
we don't get a lot of
unless-
fanfare.
Yeah, exactly. As Mark Striegel's very, very known here because he has a billboard on EDSA, but he hasn't fought in, a year or two?
In a while, I
Yeah,
can't remember.
in a while. Exactly.
uh.
So, whereas Edward Folayang's been busy for the past few years. But, yeah, so it depends. I mean,
And the market.
put up a great card, put up a card headlined by Mark Munoz in the
Costa
Philippines.
Philippines.
That's and Costa Philippines, exactly.
And the market is
what
just
we did
crazy.
there.
Like, let's say in Brazil, there's no shortage of people there. And
Exactly.
that's- I mean, ganito. It's not an excuse na third world country because Brazil is. People have the misconception that Brazil is mega rich. No, it's a poor country.
Poor
You have
country.
to- but when they held, UFC events, oh my
yeah.
God, you couldn't move.
That Jose Aldo fight,
Yun,
man.
wild yun.
yeah.
Anywhere from
When Anderson fought in Brazil.
Canada's sick.
Canada.
Canada filled up like 55,000. They had one
Like a football
Oh
stadium.
my God,
Yeah, that
dude.
was insane.
55,000. Think about
The
think
Jor-
about
GSP
55,000.
effect.
Think about 55,000. And if you're the guy at the super back, I can't see shit.
You can see GSP's this big.
And then,
Malaki pa yung langgam. So,
Yeah.
but
and
still.
as a fighter, how do you feel like when the whole stadium
Yeah,
is
that's
chanting?
crazy pressure. Crazy. Yeah, so against
Diba,
GSP.
I feel invincible.
But I was gonna say the thing about making a big card is if the bigger the card gets, the higher
The
the
higher
prices
the
go
price.
for
yeah,
the tickets.
totoo yun,
Definitely,
totoo yun.
though.
So
That's
if I
true.
could predict now what the card would look like, they'd put a big main card, and then everybody else is like local talent, Asian
Yeah,
talent,
Pinoy.
mga Pinoy.
No, Pinoy versus somebody else.
Mhm.
That's what they do in Brazil.
Kinda like
but
the
Brazil,
Singapore card.
yeah, Australia.
Yeah.
Shogun
That's what I
versus
see happening.
Tehuna.
I'm tired of that though. You
By the
know,
way,
the whole-
Tehuna's plans
that-
of dropping to 85.
Yeah, he
I'm
announced
tired
it.
of that whole boxing mentality where like Philippines versus the world.
I
It's
don't like that also. But
this is a sport. It's not like when you
This
fight
is-
someone, you're mad at someone.
this a sport. This is a sport. The UFC is a family. Wait.
Who's that?
Anderson.
Anderson.
Oh, okay.
Every interview is like,
Okay.
This is sport.
this is sport. Anyway,
Okay.
He's best. He's
he's
best.
best.
He's best.
No, wait. I agree with you totally on that topic, but it's just random thoughts. We were talking about 185 being so stacked. It dawned on me that Chael
So random.
is 185. Yeah, we'll just bring it back a bit. Chael is 85er. He can make 85. Vanderlei's 85er. And there's one fight on the contract of a former UFC middleweight champion, Rich Ace Franklin.
Now one
And
There.
a former light heavyweight champion of the WEC who fought at 85 and fought at 205 also in the UFC is Brian Stan, who's still looking great. That could happen for me. I'm just throwing this out there before I forget.
He's
Rich
big for
Ace-
that weight class.
Rich
though.
Ace.
No.
Brian Stan is massive for that weight class. You're a big motherfucker. I mean, in the best way possible. Anyway, Brian Stan versus Rich Ace Franklin. That would be the most untrash talked
Yeah.
fight ever. Like,
Yeah,
no, he's
yeah.
the best. No, you're the best. When they get in the cage, I think I will watch that fight.
Ah,
That
definitely.
would be good. That'd be a good one.
So
good
just throwing it
fight.
out there. A prophecy.
So again, Kong Lee came to the Philippines to visit. UFC fighters, man, you're all welcome. As you can see with
The
the
guest.
Gustafson visit
The
and
guest
the
here.
Coley visit, you're welcome. You're warmly welcome. Actually, a lot of people come to see you.
Thank you.
So yeah, and thank you to
You're
Dana White.
welcome.
Thank you to Dana White and the UFC for letting us borrow their fighters.
Yeah.
A lot of things happening in the Philippines right now.
Yeah, so solid. What's
Yep.
next, guys? Are we moving on to
Move on
2014?
to 2014. So yeah, moving on. It's the start of the year, guys. It's January. We have 11 months to go till the end of the year. The 2013 was epic. We saw the fall of the greatest of all time.
Oh,
We-
Anderson Silva.
What the hell are you guys doing?
First place K.
We saw we saw GSP lose the retire last
Yeah.
year.
Semi-retire. He's coming back. though.
Semi-retire, yeah.
Anyway.
So guys, what do you think of 2014? What's up
It's
for
gonna
the
be
MMA?
sick.
Let's up for the fans. Let's set up 2014 in the MMA world.
Predictions.
Predictions. No, we'll get to you. We'll get to you.
I have
This,
so
by the way,
much.
is
I
the
have
gift.
so much.
The gift. We call it the gift because
Gift.
The
You
gift.
can predict.
He can
shit.
predict
I can
shit.
predict all the wrong things that are not gonna happen.
What do you think will happen in 2014 for MMA?
Man, okay, bold predictions. I don't know how bold this is. Hendricks will knock out Lawler. And
I
then,
hope so.
Rousey will go the distance against McMahon. I don't think there's gonna be a finish.
But who will win?
That's what I don't know, man.
Boom.
But I'm
Fine
pretty sure it'll go the distance.
5 rounds, first time in.
First time. I have a
And
feeling
any
now.
women-
What else? What else we got?
Something big, man. Something that'll impact the sport.
Like
in a
what,
way.
man?
Like let me do it. When I was thinking about this, my prediction is that Asian MMA is gonna be booming. Like, one FC.
Will be mainstream.
No, not just one FC event in Russia soon. I think.
That's your prediction.
Pwede
Yeah.
yan.
That'd be
That's
big.
bold.
And when I say Asian MMA booming, UFC is gonna have a UFC card in the Philippines, as stated. That's my prediction for the year. And another prediction for the year, my last, would be new heavyweight champion to be
I think
crowned
so.
this year.
I think so. As soon as Kane
I don't
comes
know.
back.
My words.
Yes,
Nah.
I agree with you on that.
Kane will be. I don't know, man.
Mark
But
my
Kane.
words.
Kane.
Fedor could
But
come
the-
back.
But the thing is, Kane
Fedor.
could be out until December, November. So that's the year is gone already, actually.
But Fedor could come
I
back.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
They're gonna hold an
Fine.
interim. They're gonna hold an interim. I think so. If he's out, gonna be out that
year
long.
though.
Oh, interim
If
for
there's
sure.
An interim, and then if he comes back,
The
He'll get
interim
beat.
champion will win.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have a feeling.
Okay.
Whoever the interim champion is, Verdum,
Whoever.
Hapa.
Fedor will come back. That's my prediction.
That's
I
a
think
bold
that-
prediction.
yun
right?
talaga.
That
He
is the boldest prediction.
Last Emperor, we've been calling you out. Ronda Rousey wants to have how many kids with you?
50 kids.
57
50
kids
something.
apparently. 57 Ronin. Pero
Yeah.
this is 47 Ronin.
Okay.
But I think, come on, you can't stay away from competition that long. It's like you see MMA
But
every day.
he's old, man.
Dude, he's the last Emperor. Age wouldn't matter.
What
That's
the
one
hell?
of my
You
predictions.
still believe
so
he's
if,
the greatest
if
of
he
all
comes
time.
to the UFC for one fight, who would you want to see?
For one
there.
fight?
One fight.
Sick.
Kane?
Kane, dude.
Kane.
That's Kane, automatic.
Oh,
But it'll be the best
yeah.
Kane ever.
Oh, it has
For
to
me.
be the best Kane ever because he's gonna get demolished on the ground.
And I think this is gonna be a year for the super fights where it's gonna finally happen.
Okay.
I think so.
Oh, first super fight to happen.
Ganito, a definition of a super fight is gonna be champion versus champion.
Mm-hmm.
Within the year, nothing soon. We're still in January.
Aldo Barao.
That's not gonna
They're
happen. They're gonna be
teammates, eh?
both Nuvo and Yao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if Faber wins,
Nuvo Niao, brah.
Nuvo and Yao, man, it's like Nuvo and Yao's sick. No, but I think
Relax, ah.
Hey, bro,
saying
what's
purple
up?
belt. Ah man, super fight. I think the one that makes most sense is lightweight versus featherweight. Whoever the
Aldo
champ is.
versus
So right now it's gonna be
Pettis
Aldo
or-
versus Pettis,
Uh-huh.
but it's so stacked right now that they're and their divisions are so busy that they both have to be freed up at the same time that they've
Yeah.
basically eliminated all
Everyone,
competition.
yeah. It's like the scenario with John Jones and
Exactly.
Anderson Silva last year. Yeah.
My prediction in the weight classes naman, Anderson's coming back 205, GSP's coming back 85.
That rumors are. I was about to say
Yeah,
rumor mill. Yeah.
Pero Anderson, yung 205, I think in talagang 185, different different speed.
He's walking, by the way.
He's walking. Congrats. Get well soon,
Yeah.
Spider. I
That's
love
good.
it. I love
Although
it.
He in an interview he said that he asks his wife to drive for him late at night
It's all good.
because he cries in the car.
Really?
He
He
doesn't want
said
his he doesn't want his kids to see.
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Real men cry, but you will be back. You will be back. I love
Hey,
it.
what do you think of that statement that Silva gave na Weidman shouldn't consider it a win? Did you read on that?
Champion.
Champions
I respect
mentality.
him. I respect him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
respect.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he's
read
been
on that.
champion long enough to say these things.
I just hate the bashers though.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
read. I
It's
read
not
an article
disrespect for me.
Oh.
Kasi being Anderson Silva, it's like, totoo naman eh, it happened. It was more of chance than, but it was more of an excuse when he said, you don't train for these things. You really train
Like
for
he
these
said
things.
that it wasn't something he trained for. It was instinct.
Yeah.
But I said you can
You
train,
train-
something into instinct.
Yeah,
diba?
you
So
can
Yeah,
train for
exactly.
something so much na instinct na siya.
I read this good article though. It was saying that is Silva delusional? Yes, but you have a right to be delusional
Yes, exactly.
when you're that great.
Yes.
Like I'm sure Michael Jordan is kind of delusional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diba?
There,
These-
there's a
Michael Jordan
Muhammad
never
Ali.
said that.
Muhammad Ali was the most delusional.
Delusional son of a bitch,
Yung
right?
talagang,
Exactly.
and that's what
yeah.
made them
you're
great.
so ugly. Like he would say there's a point. You're so ugly. Your sweat wouldn't drip forward. It would strip backwards. That's how ugly he was. Like,
crazy,
he's
man.
delusional, but there's some sort of craziness, the madness that has
Yeah.
to for every
Yeah,
champion.
like
it's
Joe
an
Rogan-
obsession.
Joe
Michael
Rogan would call it.
Jordan- Michael Jordan never complimented anyone
There's a
during
craziness.
his time,
There's-
even up to now. The most he said that was if there was a guy who could compare to him, that was the closest would
Compare
be,
ha. It's
lang,
compare.
not even surpass, and not even like they're alike. It's like parang yung status lang yung
Pwede mo lang
pinag-uusapan
i-compare
niya.
sa akin.
Oh,
was.
is Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
That was it.
But
That's
the
it, that's
legacy
it.
of it, like
Oh.
these guys, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, and Anderson Silva, what they all have in common is they are head and shoulders above the rest, without question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you
He
cannot.
proved it already.
Definitely.
Chris Weidman is the champion right now. I love Chris Weidman, but it's just with all the accolades of Dan Henderson. Let's say example, he's been champion in everything except the UFC.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't come close to Anderson. He's great in his own right.
Yeah.
But for Anderson Silva, it's different. There's a different aura. Na, That's
Yeah.
Anderson Silva, dude.
Definitely.
That's Michael Jordan. It's mythical
Yeah.
almost.
Sabi nga ni Joe Rogan, he calls it the madness of greatness. Parang
Totoo,
ganun.
totoo.
You
There-
have to be a bit crazy if you want to be that great.
Yep,
Yeah, be
yep,
a lot
exactly.
crazy.
Look at GSP. He's like
Yeah.
very, very technical up to the last second of his day.
Yeah.
He knows what he's gonna do.
And still,
he's
GSP
crazy like
isn't
that.
even on Anderson's level.
Silva's level.
GSP's
Ah,
great.
bold
Well, that's
words.
seriously.
debatable
Bold
for
words.
GSP
Big
fans.
words, big
Yeah,
bird.
exactly.
Whoa.
Big big words. But yeah,
Okay.
more on Anderson on that. Just
That
a
was a good.
last
That was a
note
good
on
talk. That was a good talk.
Last note.
We
on
agreed.
that-
We agreed. All of us.
on that-
Unanimous.
Solid.
On that article, I just hate the bashers, guys.
I hate the bashers,
I mean,
bro.
Chris Weidman won. If you think he won because he put up his leg through training or whatever, I mean, give Anderson Silva a break.
If it was the other way around, then
He
Chris
need a
Weidman
break.
would say
He
this.
already got a break.
Yeah, exactly. But I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
Wow.
he's a
No pun
champion.
intended.
He deserves all the respect that that you should give him, and therefore, you know, give him what the guy is just saying is that the break wasn't planned.
Yeah.
And that's one thing kasi that was being said by
Muscle milk.
Ray Longo was that no, we memorized that. We knew
No
that
way,
it
dude.
we knew that it would
That's-
hurt him.
that's also
So,
delusional.
Yeah,
Pero-
exactly. There.
Yeah.
So yeah, just give
Can
Anderson
go
Silva.
either way.
Yeah.
But I think really he's coming back at 205 because it's different species at 85.
On that
But-
note, one thing that I want to incorporate in the show is rumor mill. Actually, this came from Gab. Rumor
So
mill
what
has it. Well, the first was that
Rumor
Eric
has
Kelly
it.
might get into the UFC.
Rumor has
Talked
it.
about that a while ago.
Rumor has it.
Hey, we can do that as the intro. to
Oh,
the
bro, I
thing.
think it's copyrighted.
Yeah.
That's my song, huh?
Anyway, so the second was that tweets were exchanged that GSP wants to come back, and he's coming back at
85.
185.
I
What do you
so.
think? I mean, the stacked division.
It's a
he's
question.
coming in way more with the division way more stacked with when Anderson Silva was there and they were telling him to go there.
It's to test himself. I think it's to test himself that ganito, he had a close call at 70, but
He's not impressed with his performance.
exactly, he's been cleaning out the division. Well, he's been cleaning out the division for 6 years. So, it's like a Roy Jones Jr. Well, what's there at heavyweight? I'm curious. It's also his curiosity.
Yeah.
If I can do, I want to test myself against the best guys. And Johnny Hendricks came this close, but I think he wants to do it at 85, less weight cut, put on more muscle. I don't know.
Yeah, and actually, if
Ton
you
of
think
things.
about it, if he comes back to 185, to 170, it's gonna be so anticlimactic.
Yep.
Like, went on a break.
Yeah.
Hey, Hendricks,
Yeah.
let's
I
fight
think that
again.
also that
Yeah.
has to
Right?
do with
Yeah.
it also the mentality.
Or-
Good
And
point. Good point.
I think then if
Good point.
you want to preserve your legacy at 170, you don't want to
Just
taint
gonna,
it. Yeah, just fight on
so
different
you'll
weight division.
forever be
That's
known as
intact.
the best welterweight.
Yeah.
He lost to
You
Matt
were
Serra.
untouched there. Avenged
Epic
it.
Fights, BJ and Matthews, but almost lost to Hendricks. So basically, he's seen the full evolution of 170
Yeah.
and curious at 85. And Anderson, I think eventually with a sponsor also, we won't name it, but yung burgers na yun.
Yeah.
I think he walks around at 230, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he'll be super fast,
He can
even
run.
with his
I mean,
leg.
The thing with
At
Anderson
205.
Silva moving to 205 and that super
If he
fight
will.
that they were talking,
If he will.
and that super fight that they were talking about
John
with
Jones.
John Jones before, I didn't get why he didn't want to do it because he fights at 205. Unlike GSP,
Because-
who's never fought
At
on
85,
on a larger weight division, I don't get why Anderson keeps on ducking it. But
I
when
just
in
think
fact, whenever he wanted to, he fought Stephen Bonner at 205.
What's your take on that?
well, for me,
Sila
kasi,
sa nila
sila Bonner and Forrest Griffin and James Irvin.
James the Sandman Irvin.
Yeah, these guys are not fast and they're not great wrestlers.
Yeah.
Or are they?
they're
Do
not
they
as-
look slow?
They're slow. They look slow. They're
They
slow
look slow.
strikers.
They could be
See
fast
Jones.
No, they might look slow
compared to
compared
Anderson. That's what I was
That
pointing
the
out.
thing.
But they-
Pero see Jones. I think Jones is a bad matchup then for
We will never
Silva.
know it.
Until they fight. Yeah.
we will never know.
But the size of Jones, his wrestling, the reach, his freaking reach.
And
I get
ganito, if there's one guy who can deal with it in a unique way, it's going to be Anderson. I mean, Gustafsson dealt with it, but you know what I mean in terms of
Yeah,
efficiency
yeah.
and everything else, down to a T, it's going to be Anderson
I think
Silva.
Anderson Silva is the only fighter who can subdue John Jones' striking and make it
Ganito.
a ground fight.
Basically, Anderson Silva is John Jones, and John Jones is Anderson Silva. I see the
Exactly.
comparison so
Exactly.
much. Like
Yeah.
it's
The
just a
movement
bigger
and
guy.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
more wrestling.
Yeah,
Wrestling
yeah.
part.
Wrestling and
Jones.
for Anderson it's his jiu-jitsu naman. And I think ganito, just putting it out there, we defined the super fight. What makes a super fight is both guys have to be champion. For me, this is still a super fight even if John
because
Jones is the only champion or even both of them are not champion. This
yeah.
is that's
the
the only
greatest of
instance.
all time
Exactly,
versus
exactly.
another rising great.
But that's 27 versus
Future Hall of
38
Famer.
again the age.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick at everything else, but it comes down to that's a different 20. Ganito.
Okay.
When you play basketball or wherever, or you roll around with a younger, stronger kid, it's like, dude, I remember when I was like that, or you know what I
Yeah,
mean. There's
young blood.
but there's also a point na parang
Exactly.
if you're on top of it and you're dominant, it's like, dude, you're a rookie. What the fuck?
Like
Diba?
when you're
There's a point.
using your basketball
Yeah,
metaphor.
exactly.
It's like when you're backing down someone.
Yeah.
When you're posting up someone on
You're
the, on the
mine.
court.
Parang
Yeah,
ganun.
It's like,
Or it's like, dude, I'm old as shit. Dalawa lang yan eh.
oh, diba?
So we'll
Sasamuhin
see.
Kita, tangina
Yeah.
mo.
We'll see.
We'll see. And on those notes, GSP might go to 185. Anderson might come back.
Shaking
at
it up.
205.
Shaking it
Eric
up.
Kelly most likely going to the UFC.
Hopefully. Let's see.
Hopefully going to the UFC. Second Pinoy fighter in the UFC. Without note, we end the show.
Dojo.
Thank you guys. Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Brawls and Pat. They were at the seminar and they follow Dojo Drifter actively. So
Solid!
thanks everyone for your support.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, balls. That's been the show. This is Dojo Drifter Live. We just gave you the hottest and latest MMA news in the world today. Catch us again next week. Guys, again, we've moved to Tuesdays.
Tuesday, 12 noon.
Yeah,
May
12
lang.
noon.
During
We'll
your
just
lunch
have-
break.
It's Thursday, but we really Tuesdays talaga kami.
Yeah,
Don't get
Tuesdays,
confused,
12
Weird.
noon. So we have more time to process
Replays
epic
at
fights
7
on Sunday.
p.m. 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah,
is the replays. And if you can't wait till Tuesday, we have dojodrifter.com for all the latest news on MMA. Dojo
Yes, sir.
Drifter on Facebook. Dojo_Drifter on Twitter. And that's it for the show.
Patrick the
Thank you,
Predator
guys.
Cote followed me.
Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Gabby, Alipe. See you soon, man.
Yeah,
See you
We're
soon,
looking
brother.
forward
See you.
to see you on the show. This has been Audrey,
This is Gab.
Spanky.
and this has been Dojo Drifter
Spanky.
Live. MMA all day.
Thank you guys. MMA all day. We'll see you next week.
Hammer, hammer,
Peace out, guys.
hammer.
Kung Lee.